Hello, I am Wanderer001 and this is my review of the Sunbow Folding Auto Open Close Umbrella. Now, if my other umbrella review has taught me anything, I'm going to start off with showing you this. With that out of the way, I'm going to say that this umbrella was provided to me at a reduced price for the purpose of a review from the best #1, an Amazon seller. So just throwing that out there, it does not affect my overall review of this item as whether it's good or bad, and whether it's provided to me at a reduced price or for free, which I've never had free, but reduced I've had on occasion. I will always let you know, and it does not affect my overall review as, well, I like to consider myself as having high integrity regardless. So what I will be doing though is comparing this umbrella quite a lot to my Blunt MX Metro here, because, well, that is an umbrella that I purchased for myself. It was rather expensive, and this is a, in my opinion, cheaper alternative. I'll get into pricing a little later. So to start off, this is a small umbrella. It's a not pocket umbrella, something that you can throw in a purse or a book bag. It has a closed length of 12.5 inches. And as you can see, it does wrap up rather nicely, rather small. It does come with this case to kind of keep the umbrella out of the way. Now, I will state that, you know, it does come in two different colors, black or blue. I have the blue variant here. The case is a part where I'm going to start off right away saying could be done a little better. If you notice, if I bring this a little closer, it does not expand any more than this. So it is a little tricky getting it in and out of here. As you can see, it's pretty tight right there. Now, I do realize that I made the same statement about the Blunt Metro here, but if we notice the case on this one has a zipper that opens up and makes it a little easier to get the umbrella in and out of the case. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this off, and here you can see now the umbrella in its closed state. It does have a snap as opposed to Velcro closing, and as I stated before, it is an automatic open and close umbrella. I'll explain and show you a little bit more about that in a minute, and there's the button that does both. Taking a look at the handle here, you will notice that it is a slightly curved handle in design, which does make it actually rather comfortable for holding. Now, the actual open and close mechanism is held in this gray portion up here. This black portion is completely hollow. There's one screw right there that if you take that and unscrew it, this will come off and you can remove the lanyard hole, or the lanyard string here, which I like, but it means that this entire part here is the automatic mechanism. Now, the bottom half here is good to have because it gives you a little extra grip. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to unfold that a little bit so you can see it's relatively small in size. You'll notice that it has that nice silky look to it. What we do now is I'm going to press the automatic open button and pop that open. Now, it does have an open length of 25 inches and it has an open diameter of 39.5, so just shy of 40 inches of coverage. Now, with the Blunt, it was much smaller than that. So that's something to consider, a little more expensive, smaller coverage area. What I ended up doing was, while I was testing this, and for those of you who might wonder, do I actually test these out? I really, really do. And just as proof, I'm going to take and swing this over to the outside here so that you can see, once again, I have a wet deck and it is rather cloudy out. So really what ends up happening when I get an umbrella to review, for whatever reason, I get several days worth of rain. So I did get a full week and a half just about of rain for this. Now, while I was testing this out, I did let my wife borrow the Blunt that I normally keep in my book bag, and her biggest comment with that was, wow, this is a really small umbrella. In comparison, when I let her borrow this, get another person's perspective on it, she said that it was a nicer, larger umbrella. Now, there are some major differences, and while I have it open on the floor here, I will talk about them. It is listed as being a quick dry umbrella or a quicker drying umbrella. What I ended up doing was leaving both the blunt and the Sunbow umbrella here on my deck in the light rain for about 15 minutes open. Then I brought them inside, let them dry for 30 minutes. And as you could see, the blunt in certain areas still had a little water being retained by the Canopy as opposed to the Sunbow, which was pretty much dry. Now, the tags and clasp area took an extra 15 minutes to dry for the Sunbow and an extra 30 minutes on the blunt. So just throwing that out there. It is a quick dry umbrella. I do like that. Now, coming up to the actual canopy itself, it is rather well put together. There are 4 fasteners. So the stitching, you have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, which allow the umbrella, the canopy to stay attached to the arms. I really like that. There's a zinc coating, if I recall correctly, on all the exposed metalwork and springs, which will prevent rusting. I had no leak through in the canopy whatsoever. Now, I did go out several times during the week and test out just how waterproof the canopy is. Now, the only problem that I have, and I've never had a automatic open-close umbrella before, is this button here. Now, I thought pressing the button would actually close the umbrella a little more than it does. Now, pressing the button just collapses the canopy thusly. Now, this is another problem, well, this is a problem that I had with this umbrella. It is a very stiff button, and for an automatic, I've never had one before, so I'm not sure if this is normal. You actually kind of have to reach around the top while holding this button and close the umbrella like that. Now, the few times that I've had my work bag and coffee in hand, it's a little difficult to have two-handed operation of something like that. With other umbrellas, you can just pull it shut. And the fact that this is so stiff, I'll open it up again and close it. See, right there, I'm trying to close it, but it's not closing. See, I had to double hand it there. Now, that could just be me, and I'm not used to this. It might break in a little more over time. I'll have to wait and see. With that said, I mean, it's a small price to pay. It's a large umbrella. Now, again, the instructions also state that you have to come up to the top and push on that little button there to fully collapse it. Now, I have done it where I've grabbed it from the middle after collapsing and pulled it down. Now, there is a click that you'll audibly hear when you bring it down to close, and you do have to hold the button down while you do this, but I have been able to, while holding the button, coming up to the part there and just dragging it down. Now, you will notice there is a gap there, so you might wonder if it's actually closed. It is closed because right there, you can see that it's not opening up. So really, for me, the button is, the automatic open and close feature, that's one of the big features of it, but in my opinion, kind of is a detractor from it. You can see the ease of opening when I'm doing it. The handle there, as I said before, is ergonomically shaped, kind of curved. You can see I could get just about all my hand on there, little bit on top, but not terrible. I'm going to close it up again. Again, I'm going to have to double grab. Yeah, all right, see? I was not able to do it that time, so I'm going to try again. There you go, and I got the click in. So, closing it back up. As I said before, because this is double stitched, it does take a little longer to dry. The fastener does hold up rather nicely. Do I wish it was Velcro? Well, that's a personal opinion. Sometimes Velcro, when it gets wet, can be a little tricky to close. I do wish the open close operation, especially the close operation when trying to work with this with two hands, was a little better, but those are small things, and you have to determine for yourself if that's a deal breaker for you. I've never had an automatic umbrella before. This is my first one, so for me, it wasn't terrible, and I like the coverage. I'll deal with or figure out a way around having to do that two-handed operation for closing. All in all, it's a nice little pocket-sized umbrella if you're looking for something just kind of keep in your handbag or book bag in order to keep yourself dry. It is, you know, it has the customary spokes, unlike the blunt, but really, they're not going to get in anybody's way because they're kind of pointed down when in an open position. So this umbrella can be found on Amazon. I'll provide a link down below for around $20. And for me, $20, it's not a bad price for this umbrella. I do wish that the automatic open and close mechanism was a little smoother, but again, first time I had an automatic umbrella, not sure if that's normally how they work. But all in all, I find this to be a nice little umbrella for the price. It's more compact than my blunt and offers a larger diameter of coverage. So with that said, I would recommend checking it out if you're looking for a smaller umbrella that is automatic open and close. Even if you're not looking for automatic open and close, it's a nice little umbrella. So I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.